Hi, I'm Andrea, and thanks for joining me on Cooking at Vermilion Lane today. We are going to be making Blackberry Dijon Braised short ribs. They are delicious, fall out the bone, scrumptious, and I cannot wait to get started, so here we go. So you want to turn your heat up to about medium-high, and then you want to coat the bottom of your pan with half olive oil, half canola oil. And we're doing that so that we get the flavor of the olive oil, but the smoking point of the canola oil. And that is going to give us a nice brown on our short ribs. So here we go. You want to season up those short ribs with a whole bunch of sea salt. And then very carefully place them in. Make sure that you hear that familiar sound when you slide them in. That way you know that your heat is up high enough. Our meat likes to play on its own. It doesn't want friends, so don't crowd your pan. Those are going to go for a few minutes on each side, and I'm going to do 2 batches of these. In the meantime, I'm going to get working on my veggies. Now we've got a tablespoon and a half of olive oil in our second pan. I'm going to make sure that's fully coated. Then I'm going to go in with my half a cup of chopped carrots. And at the same time, my full medium onion. Also chopped up. And we're going to sweat these out. Look at all that beautiful brown goodness. Woo, that is some kind of pretty. I've transferred all of my short ribs out of my pan and onto just a cooling tray. And then I took my grease and I poured off at least 2/3 of it. I just have enough for a very light coating of the bottom of the pan, and really just that. So I'm going to take my veggies and I'm going to add them into what little drippings I have left in my pan. They've gotten nice and dark. The onions are completely translucent, and the carrots are tender. And then I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of flour. Just about. I'm going to get that moving around in my pan and make the base of a roux here. Once I'm confident that my flour has browned and that icky floury taste has cooked all the way out, which is going to take you anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes, time for the wine. I'm going for a whole bottle here. While my wine is coming to a boil, I'm going to go in with 2 heaping tablespoons of country Dijon mustard. Let's stir that in. That smells so good. Now for my 5-ounce jar of blackberry preserves. Now that my Dijon and jam are fully incorporated, oh, it smells so delicious. It's time to add in our meat. Because I want these to be totally flat in the pan, I'm going to make sure every guy has his own space. Now I'm going to reduce my heat, turn it completely off. This is my favorite part. I'm going to sprinkle in those fresh blackberries. Isn't that gorgeous? It's going to add a depth of flavor that I bet you've never had with short ribs before. And that's what this is all about. That's what Vermilion Lane is all about. Taking familiar dishes, amping them up a notch, adding flavor, texture, and balancing things out nutritionally. When you have this much fat, of course you're going to have a ton of flavor. But that's not to say that you can't have lots of fresh herbs and fruit too. Finally, I'm taking my sprigs of thyme, which I've already pulled off of the stem. That little guy needs a little help there. Fresh garlic. And I like to add it in fresh because I want a real punch of garlic flavor in this dish. And we need it to balance out the sweet of our blackberries and carrots, as well as, of course, our blackberry jam. Once you've got all of your ingredients in your pan, take chicken stock or beef stock and fill it up to the point where it's just covering your meat. That's going to give you a perfect braise. Your sauce will be thick and delicious, and your meat cooked all the way through and falling off the bone. I'm so thrilled by how our blackberry Dijon short ribs turned out. They're so delicious. In fact, my family is chowing down right now, so I'm going to serve them up this second plate of ribs. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google+, as well as vermilionlane.com to save and print this and lots of other recipes and crafts. Bye, guys.